forever, ever hold it, never mind. Oh,
Hello everybody, and welcome to another episode of Miles Away with Mike and Leah. After we left Cedar City, Utah, we headed to Boulder City, Nevada. Boulder City was actually built by the federal government to house all the thousands of workers who worked on the Hoover Dam, which is our next great stop. So stay tuned for a great tour of the Hoover Dam. Our drive through the mountains from Cedar City to Boulder City was just spectacular. Just towering rocks with all kinds of strata and all kinds of angles that were pushed up from the deep inside the earth. Our drive from Boulder City to the Hoover Dam was just spectacular. More really interesting rock formations. And the closer we got to the dam, the more interesting the formations became. Everybody who wants to visit the Hoover Dam has to go through tight security because you can actually drive over the dam, which is what we did. Before we got to the dam, we took a slight detour to check out the Pat Tillman Bridge. We weren't sure what it was, but boy were we surprised. This massive bridge spans the gorge where the Hoover Dam is located, and it was just spectacular. We walked out to the center of the bridge and shot some great video. And there's the bridge, and right in the center is where Leah and I stood and took a great video. Here's Lake Mead, which was created by the Hoover Dam. Much of the equipment that made the dam sits at the bottom of Lake Mead. After visiting the bridge and viewing Lake Mead, we headed to the dam. Driving over the Hoover Dam is not nearly as interesting as walking the sidewalks and looking over both sides. Here's a spectacular video of the Hoover Dam. And boy, was it spooky leaning over the edge taking this video. And here is where Franklin Delano Roosevelt, one of our greatest presidents, stood when he dedicated the Hoover Dam. After visiting the Hoover Dam, we decided to hike the old railroad tunnels. These tunnels brought all of the equipment and men to the dam during construction, and we started to notice this strange black rock. In some places, the mountains along the old railroad trail were red rock, and in other places, it was just this strange-looking black rock. It took us a few minutes to figure out what this black rock was. The other thing we noticed about the black rock were these peculiar openings of all different shapes and sizes. None of them were very big, but again, it was another clue to what we were really looking at. After consultation with our friend Keith Townsell, who's a senior geologist, we realized that this is metamorphic rock, which predates the dinosaurs, and this rock comes from deep within the Earth's crust. Leah and I got off the main trail and hiked up to take a closer look at one of these strange openings. And what I realized was, this is a gas pocket deep within the metamorphic rock where crystals actually started to grow. And at some point it opened up to the atmosphere and the crystals stopped growing. We found a quartz vein running through the metamorphic rock and also found some beautiful quartz samples. Our visit to Hoover Dam was just spectacular.
Everything means forever, ever, hold on, never mind. Oh,